Is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm going to be bringing you the disassembly and maintenance of the Schrade Truix. Had this one for a little while now, been working it out, trying to get a good feel for the knife, and now I'm ready to do the disassembly and maintenance. What I recommend for you, if you don't have a good set of tools, I always recommend Weehaw bits. They're linked down at the bottom. And I have a couple of different tools. I have the stubby driver and I have these drivers here linked down there for your convenience, as well as this mat, which is nice because it has compartments for you to put your hardware aside into so they don't roll off the table. So you're going to be starting with all the regular hardware on here is going to be T6. So go ahead. I always start with the pocket clip and make sure that you remove that. Set that aside so you don't lose that. And now all you have left is the remaining hardware. Everything is going to be important to remove. I would recommend, since we're just starting with this one, going ahead and removing the hardware that is linked to the G10 to see if that is removed separately and if there's additional hardware hidden underneath. Let's see here. Did I not get that scale out? Let's see. Doesn't want to come out. And yep, so it is separate, but there is no other hardware, so that is good. Looks like they put some oil there, which is probably not a bad idea because that'll keep it from sticking. But just make note, I'm just going to leave that in there, that your G10 hardware is going to be separate. You can already start to see the Omega spring. So let's go ahead and loosen this bolt and then also loosen the pivot. I try not to have any one thing taking too much of the slack. Oh, it is spinning the other side. Are we getting anywhere? Nope. All right, so I'm going to need to grab the T8 for the other side. That is on there tight. That is the 10. So we'll put that one back. And take the T6 out and put the T8 in. That way we can loosen the pivot together. Just be careful here not to let your finger slip up into the blade. That would be very bad. So once you have it, I recommend setting it flat. Actually, I should have started with it flat. A little hard to see behind the camera. We're just going to close this. Honestly, the stubby would be better suited for this job because these are very shallow. Very shallow. There we go. Breaking loose. Holy cow. These things are in here tight and they are very shallow bits. So this is why right here you're seeing why it is important to have a quality bit here to take this off. Is it backing out the other side or is it done? Hold on. I'm not sure what's going on here, guys. Hold on. Let's see here. Should be okay. Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, I see what's going on. That is my fault. The screw. There we go. Let's do that. Take some of the tension off. The screw that I was removing was on the opposite side of the pivot. Oh, I forgot I had the T8 in there. This is why I like to have multiple tools so I don't have to deal with this. But let's go ahead and break this all apart. I'm just going to take it apart all the way because now that the other side is loose. Oh my gosh, these things, there we go. These things are trying to make me look bad today, guys. I don't know. Let's do this and put that pivot back in there. Actually, we'll just go ahead and take the pivot out. Let me show you how I do that from this side. So I usually just pull the access lock back, push the pivot out, and that's the same way that you're going to reassemble it. You're going to pull it in from that opposite side. So now the blade's loose. I'm making note here, these caged bearings, this closed side was facing outward, so I'm just making note of that to myself. We'll go ahead and move the blade out. I'm going to go ahead and finish disassembling everything so that you can get a good look at it, at how it looks. So what you will do at this point, you're going to have to disassemble it from the other side, and I'll show you why here in a second. Let's go ahead and take this all the way apart. Oh, it's not, I don't have enough pressure on the pivot. Okay, so, and that oil, it's like gummy. So I'm not quite sure what oil they're using. So we'll go ahead and disassemble the Omega spring here and have that pop up. And then since this side is loose, I'm just going to work it towards, well, I don't know if it's going to let me because that standoff is in the way. All right, so let's close this back down.
Much later.
Because I was struggling to get these off. So I hate to do this way. I feel like manufacturers in 2022 just need to use D-shaped pivots to eliminate this frustration on consumers. But lo and behold, here we are having to use pliers on standoffs to get fasteners loose enough to break them apart. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh. Golly. Crazy. This is crazy. I hope they see this and make a change. Okay. All right, we got everything apart. Remove the last Omega spring. Being very careful not to break this because I don't know their warranty process. And once you have this removed, this is the same Omega spring that you can get from for a Benchmade. So this is taken apart. Slide this down out of the way. And now you have the knife completely broken down to where you can clean everything off. Oops, forgot to take these off. It's going to be fun to put this back together. So I'll show you how that goes in just 1 second. I am going to grab some paper towel and some rubbing alcohol because whatever oil they're using is very gummy. All right, now putting the knife back together. You're going to pick up right where you left off and install your access bar, crossbar lock, and standoff on this side. Come on. Hold on. Actually, I apologize. I'm putting it in. Hold on for a second. Yeah. So reinstall your standoff. Like so. You could just make this the D-shaped part, really, in all honesty. You can make that the D-shape. The part that goes into the steel here, it would make it so much easier to reassemble this. As I knocked everything out at once. Sorry, guys. These are quite frustrating, to be honest, to work on. So it is good if you're looking at this to see a full disassembly versus a maintenance video, because the maintenance video is actually just going to be removing the blade with the washers and then reinstalling the blade with the washers, which can be tricky, but it's not, in my experience, it's not awful. All right, gonna go ahead and reinstall one of these two Omega springs. Oops. And try to keep pressure on the, there we go. crossbar lock. And I don't know if you paid attention, but this one, there we go. It's in there, right? It's in there. This one was pinned just in that swedge. So hopefully you caught that when we were taking it apart, but I have done enough of these to know that's how it goes. All right, hold on. There we go. All right, so you have the frame together. I would probably say just go ahead. Oh, let me clean this. This looks really gummy too. Hang on one second. All right, so these are clean now. Let's go ahead, clean the knife. And I guess, it might not be too bad to try to reassemble this. I can't remember which way the pivot was going. I think the pivot was this side in. So that would be this guy. Trying to find my oil. Sorry, guys. Oops. So with bearings, it does make it a little bit more challenging because, oh, nope. I'm installing those wrong. It had the closed side facing out because you'll have to time getting this in there and lining up the hole, which means you got to pull the bar back. All right, let's see. Oops. Okay. So when you've done enough of these, you kind of get a really good sense of where that pivot's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and finish fastening down the, where's my T8? Pivot collar, T6, sorry. These are T6s. All right. So this side we're already starting on. This is the pocket clip side. I guess it really doesn't matter though, does it? I don't think it matters. I'm going to go ahead and just throw a little lube around the cracks and here as well because of how this is designed. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab the other pivot screw. Looks like it has a little bit of white Loctite. I guess it's white. All right, let me grab my 8 so I can get this going. Oh, totally missed. Oops. Oh, don't slide out. Okay. That should keep that going. This definitely looks like it goes into... Huh. Interesting. Doesn't want to catch. Yeah, they all look the same. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't catching. The fun part is going to be getting this to go back on. So line this up the best that you can. This definitely looks like it was here on the G10. There we go. And then let's try to get these back on, guys. All right, well, I'm just going to get it started. I'm going to have to tighten it down using the pliers again. I have my EDC pliers upstairs, but we're just going to do this while I can still get to them. Apologies for my, actually, let me try to clean this one off a little bit. All right, so these are cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to just use it to hold the the barrel in place so I can get these locked in. Do I even have it started? I feel like I did. Perhaps I do not. Okay. That one went in. Let's try this one. Maybe that's not the right screw. Hold on. Maybe that's not the right screw, guys. Well, there you go. That is the very long and trying assembly and disassembly of the Schrade Truix. Hopefully this video has helped you out. If it did, do me a favor, leave a like. If you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, thanks for all of the support and continued comments and likes. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.